Chapter 2. The Weakness of the Uncontrolled Tongue. He who talks too much gives away his power. Proverbs 10:19. There is a strange irony in human nature. The faster our minds become, the harder it is to stay silent. We feel the urge to speak, to explain, to correct, to react, as if silence meant weakness. But often, the opposite is true. Silence is not absence of strength. It is the containment of it. The tongue is the most powerful muscle in the human body, not because of its size, but because of what it releases. The leak of mental energy. Every word we speak drains a small amount of focus. Every unnecessary explanation leaks authority. Every impulsive reaction dilutes inner power. This is not metaphor. It is neurobiology. When you talk excessively, you activate the emotional parts of the brain, not the rational ones. Speech becomes a form of emotional discharge, an escape valve for anxiety. That is why, after a heated argument, you feel exhausted even if you won. The Stoics understood this centuries before science. Epictetus warned, "Be silent for the most part, or speak only what is necessary." He knew that those who talk too much are not leading the world. They are being led by their nerves. Words reveal the inner order. The tongue is the mirror of the soul. A disordered mind produces disordered speech. A calm mind speaks with precision. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher emperor, often reminded himself before speaking, "Does this serve the common good? Does this honor the truth? If not, I will remain silent." Every word either builds or breaks your internal architecture. Unfiltered speech reveals not intelligence, but lack of discipline. When you speak impulsively, your tongue becomes the weapon of your fears. When you restrain it, it becomes the servant of your reason. The ancient laws of the tongue. All great traditions warned against the danger of speaking without mastery. The Bible said, "Life and death are in the power of the tongue." It wasn't poetry, it was psychology. Words shape perception. What you speak, you become. Buddha taught the principle of right speech. Say what is true, kind, and necessary, nothing else. To speak without awareness was, in his view, a form of suffering. The Stoics practiced verbal restraint as a daily ritual. Seneca wrote, "Speech is the mirror of the mind. If you wish to be known as wise, let your words be few." All three paths, Christian, Buddhist, and Stoic, lead to the same realization. Uncontrolled speech is not freedom. It is slavery to one's impulses. Why we talk too much. We speak too much because we fear silence. We fear being misunderstood, unseen, unimportant. So we fill the air with explanations, apologies, and noise. But the truly confident person knows silence communicates more than words ever can. Psychology calls this overcompensation. The less secure the mind, the more it seeks validation through words. The more peaceful the mind, the more it relies on presence rather than speech. In leadership, medicine, relationships, or art, the same rule applies. The most powerful people speak last, and rarely. The tongue as a blade. A sword, once unsheathed, cannot be returned without consequence. Words work the same way. Once spoken, they shape reality, often irreversibly. A single sentence can heal a heart or destroy a reputation. That is why restraint is not repression. It is protection. Seneca wrote, "No one can be hurt by silence, but many are destroyed by words." So learn to keep the sword sheathed until purpose, reason, and timing align. A fast mind with a reckless tongue is chaos. A fast mind with a disciplined tongue is strategy. Restraint as modern power. In a noisy world, The person who listens holds the advantage. In a meeting, the one who speaks least is often the one everyone watches. Why? Because control creates gravity. Those who measure their words project confidence, intelligence, and respect. Restraint magnifies authority. Every pause deepens your impact. Every silence gives your words more weight when they finally arrive. The wise man does not compete for attention. He attracts it by discipline. The transformation practice. Try this simple exercise, the 3-second rule of power. 1. Before you speak, pause for 3 seconds. Let the emotion pass through the filter of reason. 2. Ask yourself, does this add clarity or does it just fill silence? 3. If it adds nothing, remain silent. That silence will speak louder than noise ever could. This practice trains your neural circuits for restraint. At first, it feels unnatural. Your ego resists it. But soon, you'll notice that when you speak, people listen, not because you talk louder, but because you talk later. The wisdom of measured words. The goal is not to suppress your voice, it is to refine it. The goal is not muteness, it is mastery. Imagine a surgeon. Precision matters more than speed. The same is true with speech. Every unnecessary word is a cut made without purpose. When your words are guided by clarity and your silence by intention, you reach the essence of stoic speed, a fast mind that waits before it speaks. In the next chapter, we will explore how to unite these two forces, the energy of rapid thought and the discipline of verbal restraint, to create something rare in the modern world, calm intensity, the mark of those who think fast, speak wisely,